Hello everyone, my name is Amit Kumar Singh and welcome to my class on investment management. So all the students who are preparing for the subject called investment management for VTU and all the students who are preparing for investment and portfolio management for Bangalore City or any other university where you can expect problems related to the portfolio construction and portfolio management. Definitely, sharp optimization model is very important concept which you should be aware about. So in sharp optimization model, we basically concentrate on creating an optimal portfolio, and whenever you are trying to solve the problems related to the sharp optimization model, you will be given different securities, and for those securities, the return would be given to you. Fine. So the values of the return would be given to you. Probably the time horizon for this calculation of the return, these are basically historical data return that will not be mentioned to you. You can easily find out the historical return of in stock, and I believe everyone knows how to work on the calculation of historical return. Okay, and like here the word is written mean return. So what is basically a mean return? So mean return is actually sum total of all the returns value or what you get for a given time period divided by the number of time period. So with that you'll get the mean return, and these are the mean return of different stocks. Here in this problem, 10 stocks are given to you. The beta of each stock is given to you. I believe if you are watching this video, then by this time you must be aware about what is beta and how the beta is being calculated. Discussion on calculation of beta is not the perspective of this video. And if you want to know about what is beta and how beta is calculated, separately I have made a video on that part. And then going further, talking about unsystematic risk, systematic risk, okay, and what is concentration risk, how we can minimize the risk by creating an optimal portfolio, what is sharp optimization model. These all we need to be aware about, and based upon that we have calculated the unsystematic risk on the stock. To calculate the unsystematic risk on the stock, you can subtract uh, the the systematic risk factor from the total risk on the stock. Okay, and how to calculate the risk on the stock? Here, basically, when we talk about risk, we basically talking about variance as a factor of calculation of risk. Okay, so all those part, the difference between systematic and unsystematic risk, I believe you must be aware about. Okay, because that is minimum criteria what is required for you if you are going through this session. So if I'm talking about systematic risk on the stock, so the systematic risk on the stock you can calculate either by the formula called coefficient of determination between the stock and market into the variance of the stock. Okay, the variance of the stock. So if you multiply the coefficient of determination with the variance of the stock, you will get the systematic risk. And if you want to know the unsystematic risk on the stock, the calculation of unsystematic risk on the stock, you can use the formula called 1 minus coefficient of determination between stock and market into the variance of stock. How to calculate the variance of stock? Separately, I have made videos discussing about the calculation of variance of the stock, calculation of variance on the market. Everything I have discussed in my previous video. You can go through them. Similarly, when we talk about systematic risk on the stock, you can calculate the systematic risk on the stock with a formula called beta square of the beta of the stock into variance of the market, into variance of the market. With this, you can calculate the systematic risk on the stock. Once you calculated the systematic, if you subtract the systematic from the total risk, you can get the unsystematic risk on the stock, or that is also called as residual variance on the stock. So this much data is given to you. Along with this, the RF means risk-free rate of return, will be given to you in the problem if you are trying to solve the problem based on sharp optimization model, plus the variance of market will be given to you. Okay, so what is the first thing you have to determine? The first thing you have to determine is the excess return. So how to determine the excess return? To get the excess return, you subtract the mean return, and you subtract the mean return from the RF, risk-free rate of return. So if you subtract the risk-free rate of return from the mean return, you will get the excess return on the stock. Okay, and that part you'll get the excess return on the stock. Once you get the excess return on the stock, then what you do, find the excess return by beta of the stock. Okay, so once you get the excess return of the stock, find the excess return by beta of the stock. Okay, so if you find the excess return by beta of the stock, you can easily find the excess return by beta of the stock. So excess return is nothing but the mean return minus RF. You can see this 20 minus 8, 12, 14 minus 8, you'll get 6, 12 minus 8, you'll get 4, 16 minus 8, you get 8. Like that, you get excess return. Once you get the excess return, divide the excess return by the beta. So if you get the excess return by beta, so you'll get these values. Once you get these values of excess return by beta, then what you do in Sharpe optimization model, arrange the securities on the basis of this factor called excess return by beta. So the stock which have the maximum value of excess return by beta, for that stock, put the rank 1. So you can see this. Okay, so you can see 14.54 is the stock which is having the excess return by beta highest value, that is rank 1. Similarly, the stock having the second highest is 13.75, so that is the stock 7, and put the rank 2. Like this you can do this, arrange the stock on the basis of their excess return by beta. Clear everyone? So in the Sharp optimization model, the data what is written in the red color, that will be given to you. So the first thing you have to determine the excess return by subtracting the mean return from the RF, risk-free rate of return. Once you get that excess return, then find excess return by beta of the stock. Once you get the excess return by beta of the stock, then give ranking to the stock based upon their excess return by beta. Once that part is done, okay, so once that part is done, then what I did, I arranged the stock on the basis of the excess return by beta. You can see this. The stock 5 had the highest excess return by beta, followed by stock 7, then stock 1, then stock 6, then it's stock 4, 2, 4, then 2, like that. So you understood this, right? And then similarly, I simply noted down the value, the mean return by beta value. These all is already given to us. This all were already given to us in the problem. Okay, these data is already given to us. And now excess return by beta already I found for the stock each, for the individual stock. Excess return already I found for the each stock. Then what I need to do now, I have to find the cutoff rate. Okay, and the formula for the cutoff rate, this is the formula for the cutoff rate. You can see this is the formula. So according to this formula, what I need to do, in my numerator, what I need to do first, I have to find Ri minus Rf, that is excess return. Ri minus Rf is the excess return. Multiply that with beta and divide by unsystematic risk. I have to find the cumulative value of that, and that I have to multiply with the variance of the market. Okay, so that will be my numerator. Similarly, I have to find square of the beta divided by unsystematic risk of the stock. For that, I have to find a cumulative value, and that I'll multiply with the variance of the market at plus 1. That will be my denominator. So that homework now we have to do for each stock. So you can see here excess return by beta. This is excess return by unsystematic risk, and that need to be multiplied with beta. So you have to find excess return by unsystematic risk, and then that you have to multiply with the beta of the stock. So that part, so you're preparing your numerator. So you're preparing your numerator. You can see this, you have excess return into beta by unsystematic risk. So that you have to find for each stock. Okay, that you have to find for the each stock. Okay, and then you have to find the cumulative of that value. Okay, so cumulative of that value. So you can see this. You have to find the cumulative, this value L and M you can ignore for the time being. You can see this. So cumulative value, you have to find the cumulative of this. So cumulative of this. So this is cumulative 1.7 1.17 plus 0.55. You can see this. Then again 2.44, that is cumulative of that. So you have to find the cumulative of this value. So you have to find the cumulative of, find the cumulative. Okay, you have to find the cumulative value of them. Okay, so you have to find the cumulative value of excess return into beta divided by unsystematic risk. Okay, that you have to find. Fine. Similarly, once you get that once you get that value, and then you have to multiply that with the variance of the market. This value, what you get, this value, what you got, then you have to multiply that with the variance of the market. Variance of the market is given to you. Variance of the market is given to you. How much is the variance of market? That is 25. That is E16. E16, that is 25. So once you get that, you have to multiply 25 for which each of this value. Okay, so you have to multiply the 25 with each of this value. You can see this. Yeah, so you have to multiply 25 with each of the values. So if you multiply 25 with each of the value, so you're done with your numerator. If you multiply 25 with each of the like the value what you get, the cumulative value, so that you have to multiply with that. So once you're done with that, you will get the numerator part of that. Similarly, what I need to do, I have to prepare my denominator. So GHIJKL. Similarly, I have to find my denominator. So for denominator, what I need to do, for denominator, I need to find the beta square by unsystematic risk, and then I have to find the cumulative value of that. You can see I have found the cumulative value of that, the cumulative of beta square by unsystematic risk. So once I got the cumulative of beta square by unsystematic risk, that beta square by unsystematic risk cumulative value, I'll multiply with the variance of the market, and then I'll do plus one. So that value I'll find the cumulative of, I'll find the I'll find the cumulative of beta square by unsystematic risk, and this I'll multiply with the variance of the market. This I'll multiply with the variance of the market. So so this so so this so once I get this, so MNO, then so once I got the cumulative of beta square by unsystematic, then I'll multiply that with the variance of market. Variance of the market is given as 25, and then what is my cutoff value? Cutoff value is the product of the variance of the market into cumulative value of excess return into beta by unsystematic divide by 1 plus variance of market into cumulative of beta square by unsystematic beta square by unsystematic risk. That value you have to find for each stock. That value I call as cutoff. What is basically a cutoff? Cutoff is that value where you get the maximum. The maximum of this CI value is called as cutoff rate. The maximum of the CI value, I'll call this value as my cutoff rate. Okay. And once I get this value, now what I need to find, I have to find the optimal portfolio. So this is the formula for the optimal portfolio. So the excess return by beta of each stock, whatever you found, now you will subtract this with cutoff rate, which is the highest of CI value, and then that you have to multiply with beta by unsystematic risk. Okay, so that calculation you have to do here. So once you get the cutoff rate, now what you need to do, excess return by beta, you have to find minus C. So CI is the cutoff rate is the value which is the highest. Okay, out of all the CI value. Okay, so now what you have to do? Now what you'll try to do? So here I'll try to subtract I'll try to subtract I'll try to subtract this value. I'll try to subtract this value. What value I'll try to subtract? That is basically RI minus RF divide by beta minus cutoff. So this value I'll try to find Ri minus Rf already. Ri minus Rf by beta, excess written by beta, you remember, no? You remember excess written by beta we did here. We did the calculation of excess written by beta. That excess written by beta, you'll subtract with the cutoff rate. That value you subtract with the cutoff rate. Okay, and then whatever the value you are getting, whatever the value you are getting, okay, so that you have to multiply by beta by unsystematic risk. This value, whatever you get, this you have to subtract with beta by unsystematic risk. Okay, so that part you need to do. Remaining, why I have not done, because there's no point, because remaining everything you will get negative value only. You will get negative value only. Let me fix this cell. If I find, you can see this. You can see this all, you will get negative value only. So there's no point of finding the other excess return by beta. So you'll only consider these two stock. It means that if I want to make a portfolio, then there's no point of taking all the 10 stock. Means I can take only stock 5 and stock 7. So by considering stock 5 and stock 7, I can create a portfolio. Then the question arises, okay, fine, you want to create a portfolio. So the portfolio what you're constructing, what would be the weight? Because already you decided that by finding the cutoff rate, you could able to eliminate certain stocks which you feel they are not relevant to be the part of the portfolio as per the Sharpe optimization model, because the value is less than cut, because the excess return by beta is less than the cutoff rate. So those stocks are only considered for the portfolio for whom excess return by beta should be more than the cutoff rate. Okay, for any stock where excess return by beta, where excess return by beta is less than the cutoff rate, so there's no point of including them in the portfolio till the time we are not expecting to do short selling. In case if you want to do short selling, maybe if you see passive market, you know that today market will only fall down. You are not expecting optimism in the market, so that day you can create a portfolio with these stocks which have lesser excess return by beta than the cutoff rate. Those stocks can be considered for short selling purpose. Okay, so once you understood like which stock should be included and which stock should be eliminated, then you have to find the ZI value. So ZI value is nothing but ZI value. When I say ZI, what is basically a ZI value? So a ZI base value is basically excess return by beta into cutoff rate into beta by unsystematic risk. So okay, that is basically a ZI value. That is basically a ZI value. Fine, everyone understanding, right? So that is a formula of ZI, that is beta by unsystematic risk into excess return by beta minus cutoff rate. Once you get the ZI value of each stock, then what you do, you can find the weight of each stock. So very easy, you can find the weight of each stock by so the weight is basically the formula of weight. When we say weight formula, so weight formula, weight formula, when we say weight, how to find the weight? Weight is actually the individual ZI value divided by the sum of ZI value. That will give you the weight of each stock in the portfolio. That is the way how you need to do when we are trying to solve a problem based on Sharpe optimization model. Already I have solved everything, so the solving problem will not be any problematic scenario for you. Anyone, any doubt, any question you want to ask? Fine. So here I think everyone knows how to find the excess return. Here everyone knows how to find excess return. What is excess return? Excess return is nothing but the mean return minus the RF value. That I'm calling as excess return. If you are just confused what I did here, What I did, how this dollar sign and all you can see. If you are confused with the dollar sign, what is the point I did here? So you can watch my video in MS Excel. You will understand the importance of F4 key. So you can once you calculated the excess return, you can find excess return by beta. So you know how to find the excess return by beta. The excess return what you got, simply divide by the beta. So you get the excess return by beta. And then what you do again, reshuffle your portfolio, and here the stock having the better ranking should come first, followed by the stock which get less ranking. So that part I need to do. So I need to arrange the stock on the basis of their excess return by beta. So once we understood that part, other data like mean return, unsystematic risk, beta, everything is given. So here what you need to do, excess return by beta already you found. You need to focus on the formula of cutoff rate. So the formula of cutoff rate, if you want, you can note it down. So the formula of cutoff rate when we talk about. So here now all the once we arrange the stock on that basis of their excess return by beta ranking, then what matters to which stock to select, which stock not to select, simply eliminate them. To do that, what we did, we try to find the cutoff rate. So in order to find the cutoff rate, because ultimately that will ultimately decide uh, who should be the participation and who should not be the participation when we are trying to solve the problem based on sharp optimization model. So here you can see very clearly that this looks a little bit complicated problem. This summation sign, what you can see here, the summation sign, what you're seeing here, the summation sign is basically the cumulative value. The summation sign is basically a cumulative value. So you have to find the cumulative value of the parameter which are in left hand side and sorry, which are in right hand side, then to the parameter which is on left hand side. So you have to find this. Okay, the so you so this summation sign basically talks about the cumulative value. Okay, so once you found excess return by beta, that we did already in the beginning for the for the basic understanding. Okay, so once you got the here you can see you have to find excess return by beta. Okay, here you have to find excess return into beta by unsystematic risk. Unsystematic risk is already given in the problem. Excess return you know how to find. Divide the excess return by the unsystematic risk. Divide the excess return by the unsystematic risk. Okay, and so do that part and multiply with the beta. So once you get that, find the cumulative of that and multiply with the variance of the market. That is what we need to do. That is what we need to do here to find the cutoff rate. So the excess return by beta. So you can see excess return. So you can see the excess return into beta divided by unsystematic risk. So excess return into beta divided by unsystematic risk. Okay, so that we need to find. So that we need to find. So this is excess return by unsystematic risk into beta. Then we'll find the cumulative of this value. Okay, so then we'll find the cumulative of the value. Then we multiply. Then we can multiply it with the variance of the market. So this is what we have to do here. Excess return into beta by unsystematic risk. Once we found, then we have to find the cumulative value of we have to find the cumulative value of excess return by unsystematic risk into beta. So that part you need to do because you have to find the cutoff, and as per the formula of cutoff, we need to do this calculation. We have to find in numerator the cumulative value of excess return into beta divided by the unsystematic risk. Then similarly for denominator, I need the cumulative value of beta square by unsystematic risk. I need the cumulative value of beta square by unsystematic risk. So we have to find for the denominator purpose. Again, for the denominator purpose, we need to find. the cumulative value of beta square by unsystematic risk. We take the cumulative of that, and then that I have to multiply with the variance of market, and then plus one. And by dividing this, we'll get the cutoff rate. So here you can see beta square by unsystematic risk. Then you found the cumulative of beta square by unsystematic risk. Okay, so you have to find the cumulative value. So both for the excess return in excess return into beta divided by unsystematic risk. Similarly, beta square by unsystematic risk. So we need to find a cumulative of both the value. And once we found the cumulative of both the value, we'll multiply with the variance of market in both the scenario. Okay, so okay, and then once I got the CI value, you know the formula of CI. So in the CI value, you'll consider that value which is the highest. Okay, out of all CI value. Once we understand that part, then what we need to do then probably we need to find this excess return by beta minus the cutoff rate. So that part we can do. What is cutoff rate? Cutoff rate the cutoff rate is basically decides like which stock should be the part of the portfolio. Any stocks for which their cutoff rate is basically determined, which is given here. So the cutoff rate is very important here. So because that's the reason why we arrange the security, if you remember, on the basis of exit written by beta. So here what is important here is probably to determine the value of C cutoff rate, and we'll consider that value of C as the cutoff rate value, which is the highest of all the CI value. So once you get the CI value, then I need to find. Then I need to multiply. We can multiply the beta by unsystematic risk into excess return of return on stock minus RF minus. Okay, so that part we need to do the cutoff rate value. Once we get the cutoff rate value, we need to find the ZI value, and this is the formula what we need to use for ZI. So the excess return by beta, what you get, we subtract from the cutoff rate and will multiply with the beta by unsystematic. So once I got this ZI value, so with this I have to find the weight. So what is the weight? So weight of stock in the portfolio that we can easily find once we get the scenario of getting ZI values. So the sum total of all the ZI value, the sum total of ZI value what you get, and the individual ZI value will you consider to determine the weight. This is the formula of weight. Okay, so the individual ZI value divided by the total ZI value. That will give us the weight of the stock which need to be put in the portfolio. Okay, everyone. So anyone have any doubt? Clear, everyone? So if you have liked the class, don't forget to click on the like button, and please subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed. So here, what is important for us is basically when we are doing the problem, what is important for us is basically how will we able to differentiate that scenario when you'll see the problems related to the sharp optimization model. And once you get there, once we get the individual cutoff rate, then we can work on the calculation of individual values, okay, for the search. Okay, for the search of working on the formula, that can be done. And then once you get the individual ZI value, use that by dividing by this total sum of ZI value to get the weight of each specialized subject which can be engaged at this moment of time. So I hope you understood this ZI value. Ultimately, ZI value help us to find the individual percentage of stock of the portfolio. Okay, everyone. Anyone have any doubt?